liked it there. You saw it, looked up, you saw that. You shining and shit. Maybe you saw a lamppost, but you probably didn't see.
I still.
You probably didn't see a chariot.
Brothers say don't get
Maybe some glasses.
I still get overexcited when I see them. I still act like it's the first time. You know?
Yeah. That's it, man. You know? I remember when I saw the chariots, man, I couldn't believe it. And they were the chariots, they wasn't just standing, they were moving. They were going like this and the one was just kept twisting like that.
Right.
Going like that, and one was shining red.
Right.
And it was moving. And I was like, that ain't no aeroplane, that's not a helicopter. And what could it be? The chariot, man, there's like a flock of them.
I wrote
right in London Central. I remember I saw that, that's when I said, yeah, okay, that's how we're gonna be delivered.
Right.
That's how we're gonna make it, man.
Because earlier on as well, when I was facing the other way, I was thinking about chariots because I've not seen chariots. I was thinking about them and then I looked up and then these birds just flew by from this side in formation and then they went that way. And I said, okay, I might not see a chariot here, but that's a sign.
When I first was coming along, I always used to text the brothers, didn't I? I always used to text the brothers. And now I realise I shouldn't have been doing that, but that's because I was excited, you know what I mean? I was excited.
That's good, man. Sometimes you need them signs. You see some signs in heaven. Some of them signs are the so-called, are the chariots, man, the clouds. That's the Most High's military, man. When you see that, that's the truth. That's the truth of Yahweh. That's how those things are coming to conquer the military of Esau, man. They told you that in Revelations 12, man. Right? See how the dragon and Michael, they fought in heaven. We're going to get into that. Here's Zechariah.
And he says, Zechariah 5 and 2, it says, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll.
Right.
The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
Right, so he looked at it and he said, the measurement. And he saw it, man.
And he said, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth out of the face of the whole earth.
A curse, man, that goeth over the face of the whole earth. Alright? Wow, man. Alright? Meaning Yahweh Shai is going to invade earth, man, and invade the territories of the heathens, man. And I said a curse, meaning because these other nations, they're going to look at that like, well, that's a curse to us. Like a bad vibe onto us. Okay? But because those them angels there, they're going to come back with two intentions. To save and to destroy, man. But,
Matthew 24 and 30 says, then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
So that's a sign. You have different signs. One of the signs is the Son of Man. Right?
And it says, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
All the tribes of the earth mourn. Why? Because of the curse that goes over the face of the whole earth. Alright, go ahead.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
The Son of Man coming, the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai, coming in the clouds of heaven. He's going to be coming in the sky. Alright? With power. So this black man can come with power. Some of you brothers have never seen a black man with power in your life.
Right.
We're in a weaker state. Or if we're in the spotlight, it's Esau's spotlight.
Right.
It's a power that belongs to another nation. You understand? Or he's wearing the white man's suit and tie.
Right.
He's putting on the power of another nation. We don't come with his true natural power. But you know, the beginning and the last is Yahweh Shai. He's going to come, he's going to set the power first. Alright? And then them that believe in him. Alright? So we're going to get the power too. Right? So it said that then shall you see the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and you come in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Great glory. So he's going to be like, you know, it's like a celebrity. You know, a celebrity, you see all the people watching him come down the red aisle, and then the camera is flashing, and then you're posing, you stop, you might pose, They might walk some more, you know, repose some more. Yahweh Shai, that's going to be his spotlight, that's going to be his shine. Because Yahweh Shai has been in the darkness for time, taking other nations blasphemy, taking other people, talking shit about his name, sitting back and just allowing it. People running their mouth about him, oh, he never existed, or he's a white man. Taking all kind of disrespect. That was 2,000 years ago up until now.
Right.
He's taken all that disrespect. So how do you think he can't come back? Happy?
He's mad, boy.
He's know in mind what he want to do to certain people. That's why I specifically mentioned them two motherfuckers that pissed him.
Right.
Because the most Yarosh already have it in his mind what he's gonna do to two of them. Just two of them. Do two of them centurion. He's gonna beam them both up and slow them in the chariot. Slice them up like sushi. And then beam the body parts back down to us.
Say, remember me?
Remember me, motherfucker? Because Yahweh has had 2,000 years to meditate terror on them two motherfuckers, man. That's a long ass time.
2 days, isn't it?
2 days. Got 2,000 years to us, so that's a long ass motherfucking time.
Yeah.
To be meditating, no, I don't want to do that. Let me do this.
Right.
No, if I do that, that'll be too good for me. He been writing it down, showing Yahweh, what do you think of this? I said, but he's been talking with Michael and Angel, Uriel, talking with the different archangels, saying, what do you think of this plan, man? Saying about this. You're like, no, man, that's too good for them, man. You have to do something down, you know? But that's what's been going on. Alright? So, go ahead.
So basically, if those guys jump off a building, they'll float downwards and slowly. So your time made
Yeah. And Yahweh Shai is making sure them two guys stay alive. Yeah. He's probably sending certain spirits to preserve those two.
Yeah.
They're saying, listen, I don't want these two to die by any type of misfortune.
Right.
Car accident, or a stroke, or diabetes, you know, any type of disease. These two are not gonna die until I deal with them. He's saying send certain spirits to watch over those two Edomites till he come back. Alright? That's why I said when the Lord come, them two Edomites are gonna make it through the tribulation, man. They're gonna survive the tribulation. Until the point where they see the man who they pierced 2,000 years ago. But they're not gonna know, because they're human, they're on earth, they're not gonna know that they pierced the Lord. I don't know how Shai's gonna do it. He might bring back their memories and make them remember. I don't know how he's gonna deal with them. But he's gonna deal with them. Yeah, man. Zechariah.
So back to Zechariah 5 and 3, and it says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth out of the face of the whole earth. And every one that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it.
Everybody that stealeth shall be cut off on this side according to it. According to what? Them chariots, man. Them clouds. Okay? That roll. Where?
And every one that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it.
And everybody that sweareth shall be cut off on this side according to it. Where?
And it says, I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts.
Yeah, saith Yahweh, he's going to bring these armies forward. Saith Yahweh of hosts. So you have to understand we're a warrior type people because our God, the Father of us all, is the God of hosts, meaning the God of troops, of armies, man. So the Most High, our Father, invented war. He invented warriors, man. He created the warrior type spirit. He is that warrior type spirit. Go ahead.
And it says, I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts,
Right.
and it shall enter into the house of the thief.
Enter into the house of the thief. Where?
And into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name.
All right.
And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof.
Is that them lasers, man? Them chariots will shoot forth lasers, destroying all that oppose buildings to any type of military jet, fighter jets, all right, people, all right, buildings, skyscrapers, destroy. The Lord's gonna just wipe this, gonna wipe out all this shit, all these tourist attractions. Yahweh Shai's gonna be on all of that, man.
Idols.
No, babies, women, destroyed, man. Lasers, all right. Yahweh Shai's gonna come all that, man. So the brother has something, man.
Right, this is Ezekiel 1 and 16. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the colour of beryl.
Like the color of beryl, meaning what green, right? The appearance of the wheels, right?
And they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
So the wheel in the middle of a wheel. So you have one wheel, and then you have another wheel. So that's the chariot. When you look at it, at the top, wheel within another wheel, right?
When they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went.
Right?
As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and the rings were full of eyes round about them.
So round and eyes. And the eyes mean them circle things.
Right.
That's how it shine. Right? Go ahead.
And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them.
Right? So wherever the angels, the spirit, the creature, the living creature is in the wheels, man. So wherever the angel goes, the wheel goes with it. Alright? Where?
And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels went lifted up.
Right, where?
Whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went.
Whithersoever the spirit was to go, the wheel went with it. And the spirit was in the wheel. Where?
And he said, whither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them.
Where?
For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels.
So it tells you right there, where the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. Like a car. See a car move around when the windows are tinted. You don't see who's in the car.
Yeah.
When the car moving around, left and right, reversing, speeding, there's somebody in the car maneuvering the thing. Alright, go ahead.
And it says, when those went, these went.
When those went, these went. Go ahead.
And when those stood, those stood.
When those stood, they stood too. The wheels stood too. Go ahead.
And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them.
Go ahead.
For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels.
Go ahead.
And the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creatures was as the colour of a terrible crystal, stretched forth over their heads above.
Go ahead.
And under the firmament were their wings straight, and one toward the other. Every one had two which covered on this side, and every one had two which covered on that side their bodies. And when they went, I heard the noise of their wings, like the noise of great waters, as the voice of the Almighty, the voice of speech, as the noise of an host. When they stood, they let down their wings.
Alright. And that's it, man. Give me Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 1. I'm going to show you how Yahweh Shai is going to invade, man, and all the nations are going to be shitting themselves, man.
What?
Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 1. Start from the top. You're going to read the whole chapter. Alright? Yahweh Shai is waiting, man. And he's the ultimate man of obedience, because he probably want to fuck shit up right now. But it's not his time to. Yahweh has to give him that command. So Yahweh Shai been waiting up there for 2,000 years. He's chilling. And you have a nigga that can't even obey a little punishment for like a month.
Yeah.
But Yahweh Shai can be up there for 2,000 plus years.
Yeah.
Burning for judgment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But a nigga can't even.
Yeah.
I know.
Talking about he can't take it. Yahushua been taking it for centuries.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I feel like lashing out, but then what you just said there, I always have to reflect
The
on.
ultimate man of discipline.
Yeah.
Yahushua.
Yeah.
He been standing there and keep it under his body.
Right.
Because you know that he came to do the will of him that sent him. Because there's certain things, even when Yahushua was on earth, he wanted to do, but he knew he couldn't do it because the people wanted to make him a king. But he said, no, it's not my time to be a king. No, it's not my time. If it was my time, my servants would fight, but it's not my time. So he went to the mountains to meditate by himself.
Right.
To get away from the people, because the people are ignorant. All people are ignorant, man.
Yeah.
Right.
But get that happen. When you're ready.
It's like I said, like,
Yeah.
you know the Chariots, they have drones as well. You know that how the white man has a drone?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got drones.
Yeah.
They move, yeah. Well, I don't know if you saw that one on the farm. Drone came down and it was almost showing its power.
Right.
It showed it to the person.
Right.
And I saw it.
Yeah.
It went up and there was a big one with it. And they both went together, man.
Yeah.
And many Marines, they get abducted by them.
And you know them so-called, what they call greys,
Yeah.
they could be droids. You know they say they're aliens and all that.
Yeah.
If the Most High wanted to, we're just saying it,
Yeah.
he could just have droids. Like we like pets, like dogs.
Yeah.
The Most High could have, them greys could be his little pets. Go and do that, and they and they think they're aliens. But
They're working with Esau.
Esau's got to pay, man, because Esau's got past the boundary mark centuries ago, man. He's the man of sin. His job is to get his ass kicked, man. That's why he knows he ain't shit. That's why he angry at us, because he knows he ain't shit.
Right.
Because he wasn't created to be about shit. He was just created to do wickedness and then to get a foot down his throat. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. He's not created to bring talent or life and style and music. He's not created for that. He's just there to be a piece of shit. That's it. And be destroyed and be flushed down the toilet like a piece of shit. That's it. Because he know within himself he ain't shit. That's why he hate the so-called black man, because we know that we about it. Esau, the so-called white man, he has everything, but at the same time he has nothing. But us, we have nothing, but at the same time we have everything. You gotta leave that nigga woman alone, man. You know what I'm saying, man? You gotta leave her alone, man.
Just when you said it, you see a nigga with a cracker.
And the nigga woman, she gon' find, we gon' get into that, man. I'm gonna get into that. Go ahead, man. Don't you worry. Because the laser's gonna get her too, man. And because it tells you in the prophecies in the scripture. I'm gonna show it to you. Go ahead.
This is Habakkuk 3, It's Habakkuk 3 and 1, and it says, a prayer of Habakkuk, the prophet, upon Shingayanon, O Yahweh, I have heard thy speech.
Right, so it said the prayer of Habakkuk. That's why it's good for brothers to pray, man. Lately I've been praying, man. I've been praying. You understand? I pray for the Most High for mercy.
Right.
And to direct me in the time to come, man. That's the main thing you should be praying for. Alright? And forgiveness of sins you might have done ignorantly or knowingly. Ask for forgiveness, man, every day, because we all feel wickedness every day. And you pray that, Lord willing, you're of his elect. And if you're wicked, then the Lord's will be done in it. Be destroyed in it. I'll give praise unto the name of Yahweh Shai. Give him, take the water, or giving me the name. Understand? Because you have all these other people, none of them know the name,
Yeah.
They might know about the Hebrew Israelites, but they haven't mastered the name. Anyway, go ahead.
And it says, O Yahweh, I have heard thy speech and was afraid.
Right.
O Yahweh, revive thy work in the midst of the years.
So wait a minute, Habakkuk actually heard the voice of the Most High. And he said he was afraid, man. So imagine hearing the voice of the Almighty. That deep, imagine hearing his tone of voice. And that Habakkuk was afraid, man. But
And it says, "Oh Yahweh, revive thy work in the midst of the years, and in the midst of the years make known in wrath, remember mercy."
Right, so Most High is reviving this work right now by us coming up out here, because this truth was lost for a long period of time. When Yahweh Shai died, Peter, the head apostles, and the disciples, when they all died off, this truth was lost, and then it got perverted by niggas, and then it got distorted by crackers, and then it got passed on to us that brought out the truth. That's the Most High reviving, redeeming, or bringing back, okay, them bones, putting the flesh. Most High reviving his work in the midst of the years. Read that again.
And it says, Habakkuk 3 and 2, it says, "O Yahweh, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Yahweh, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known. In wrath, remember mercy."
In wrath, remember mercy. Because when Yahweh sends his son to bring that wrath, Yahweh's praying that, "Lord, I know you're going to come with that anger, but please show some mercy to us, innit?" Because the Jews say we should have been destroyed a long time ago for our sins. But the Most High going to be merciful unto whom what? He will have mercy on. And the scriptures say, according to prophecy, I will have mercy on who? Jacob. I will yet choose Israel. Alright? So that's what's going to happen, man. Right? We done. Right?
What's up? It's about the 2 days that we revived them.
Yeah, man, because an ancient dark-skinned black man coming back, man. An ancient Negro is coming back. Imagine that, because right now we deal with a lot of niggas, these modern day niggas. But a man that come from ancient times is coming back to the modern day world to bring back the ancient world.
Wow.
Right? And restore this modern world to the ancient time. Because Yahweh Shai got all the memories of the ancient times. Because he invented the ancient times. So he's gonna lead us like a flock. Because we might not know. Because the Most High, because right now in this time we don't remember the ancient time fully. You understand? You might have a little understanding because the scriptures show us certain things, how things were done. But Yahweh Shai, his incorruptible celestial, terrestrial body is still from that ancient world, because when the Lord died and resurrected, that was 2,000 years ago. That was the ancient world. And that body, that same body is coming back again. Alright? So he's going to bring back the memories, man. And he's going to show us certain things. How things are supposed to be done. He's going to order certain things. We're actually going to see an ancient black man. You get me? You're going to see an ancient black man. We're going to hear the tone of his voice and see how he walk and flow. Right? Go ahead. Go ahead. Something? Yeah, you got something.
Okay. It's Hosea 6 and 2, and it says, "After 2 days will he revive us. In the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight."
Right. 2 days he's going to revive us. So that's that precept go hand in hand. Precept upon precept, line upon line. He's going to revive us. And on the third day, in the morning of the kingdom, when that sun rise, alright, and the darkness, that nighttime fled away. The day of doom is fled away. The first heaven and first earth pass away. And the sun rise in the kingdom. Alright? That's when we're going to be living in the sight. Because right now we're defiled with the dead. We're defiled with the other nations them. Alright? Some of us look like the other nations them. We're defiled among them. Right? Learning their works. Alright? Being seduced by them. You know, the righteous is excellent in the neighbor. But the way of the other nations seduce us, man. But the Most High is going to raise us incorruptible to the point where the laws are going to be in us and we're going to be performing righteousness, man. We're going to be like, we're going to change, that's going to change topic going into it. We're going to be like, our minds are going to change, man. You see our mind, wickedness coming in our mind all the time. And our minds is always like doubles, confusion, and our minds is going to be like this a certain, it's going to be changed, man. Our minds, there's going to be no confusion, none of this wickedness thoughts enter into our mind. So we gotta literally have a brand new mind, man. A brand new thought process. Okay? We're gonna look different. We're gonna think different. We're gonna be different. You understand? Go ahead, man.
We're gonna go out and get that priest and sin it, but that'll change topic.
Don't change topic. We're gonna get this. Then we're gonna get this sign else. Go ahead. It happened.
Back to Habakkuk 3 and 3, and it says, the Most High came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Selah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise.
Right, this is talking about Mount Sinai. He said he came from Paran. Alright? And his glory covered what the earth. Read that.
It says, his glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise.
Right, the earth was full of his praise.
That's what he's
Right?
aiming for, man. That's it.
And the heavens fill up in glory. Because the chariots, thousands times thousands of chariots fill up the heaven. Alright? So let me get that real quick. Psalms. Right. This is Psalm 68 verse 17. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. Alright? So it wasn't just one chariot at Mount Sinai. It was thousands of them. Alright? Hold on. Right. Because the brother read Quran. Give me Deuteronomy 33, verse 2. Start from verse 1. Right? Everyone hold this scripture in it. Alright? Say it up.
Deuteronomy 33 and 1. And this is the blessing wherewith Moses, the man of God, blessed the children of Israel.
So Marshall blessed the children of Israel, aka King David, go ahead.
Before his death,
Before his death, when he was up in age. Go ahead.
and said, the Lord came from Sinai,
The Lord came from Sinai, go ahead,
and rose up from Seir unto them.
and rose up to seal unto them, go ahead.
He shined forth from the Mount Paran,
He shined forth from Mount Paran, like the brother just read, go ahead.
and he came with 10,000 of his saints.
And he came with 10,000 of his saints, like the priest of the Isles read. Go ahead.
From his right hand went a fiery law for them,
From his right hand came a fiery law from that laser into the stone, go ahead.
and he loved the people. All his saints are in thy hand,
Go ahead.
and they sat down at thy feet. Everyone shall receive of thy words. Moses commanded us a law, even inheritance of the congregation of Jacob.
Is your hand getting tied up?
Carry on, no. Carry on. No, carry on.
Yeah.
You're reading at the moment as well.
That's cool. So that's I just brought that out. So let's go back to the Habakkuk one. All right.
Back to Habakkuk 3 and 3, and it says, the Most High came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran,
Right.
Selah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. And his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand.
He had horns coming out of his hand. What are the horns? Them lasers, man. All right. Go ahead.
And there was the hiding of his power.
That's what the power was in his horns. Them lasers, man. Go ahead.
Before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet.
Yeah, that's them lasers, man. All right. Go ahead.
He stood and measured the earth. He beheld and dropped asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow. His ways are everlasting.
Read that again.
He says, verse 6, he stood and measured the earth.
He stood and measured the earth. Go ahead.
He beheld and dropped asunder the nations.
He beheld and dropped asunder the nations. And the Lord Yahweh Shai, he's coming back with 1,000. Just like he came back then, he's coming again. Alright? With the 10,000s to drop the nations then. Alright? Go ahead.
And he says, And the everlasting, mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow. His ways are everlasting.
Can you explain, please? Can you explain, please?
He says, verse 6, he stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations. And the everlasting mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow.
And the perpetual hills did bow. Okay, go ahead.
His ways are everlasting.
So we're not being fair and realistic here, please. So if you're recording, okay, so I would like to ask why Jesus and God did not look after us at a time of need. Can you tell me, please?
But we were peaceful.
Because
we haven't done anything.
I didn't think done anything. I'm asking you a question.
So Habakkuk 3 and 6, and it says, he stood and measured the earth. He beheld and dropped asunder the nations.
Dropped asunder the nations, go ahead.
And the everlasting mountains were scattered.
And the everlasting mountains were scattered.
The perpetual hills did bow.
And the perpetual hills did bow, go ahead.
His words are everlasting.
Alright, because all these nations, they're going to be scattered, man. They're going to be dispersed when Yahweh shall come back with the chariots, man. Alright? The scriptures tell you that he's coming with power and great glory. So these other nations, what power you think them have towards Yahweh shall? Alright? Go ahead. Because when he's coming with them lasers, them bows, alright?
These guys don't want to answer our questions, Gary. They don't want to answer our questions about how Jesus and Christ could possibly cast us asunder. How the good Samaritan could walk past us, hungry, lonely, destitute, desolate.
Psalms 18
And the Psalms, yeah, because of course they're just telling
and
it
the
all
brightness
as it is.
that was before him. His thick clouds
Thank you.
passed.
I'm getting your best side here, mate. I'm getting your best side. Gary, were you cast
the highest
asunder?
gave his voice.
Were you cast asunder by Jesus?
And called
You were
fire.
cast asunder by Jesus.
Then he sent out his arrows and scattered
I'm
them.
having this. Cast asunder by Jesus.
This is Psalms 18.
Absolutely. Psalms. Hallelujah. Come on, let's just take you out, guys, for your tabards. How very dare you come and preach and then ask it, and then tell me not to come and question you? You don't want people that question? Are you telling me that you don't want people that question this religion? No, you're taking a fucking photo of me, mate. You're telling me that I can't ask